Hi everyone, I'm coming on today because I'm really interested in getting across a very simple message. I would say to you that most of us love being upbeat or fairly positive, and I'm particularly keen on that. I'm an optimistic person who I think spends a lot of time coaching and supporting other people. So I don't really like to feel negative or talk about negative information. So much so I think I don't even read the newspapers in depth because they tend to have a fairly negative impact on me. But I'm actually on today in order to ask you to pay attention if your body is telling you something, because my general need to override that and stay constructive and keep pushing and I could do it all and so forth doesn't really make any sense in the face of what's just recently happened. So it's nothing too much. It's just that it's about listening to what's going on. And I have been super busy because I am moving house soon. And in the run up to that, I haven't particularly paid attention to what's going on. And therefore, when I started to get a red eye nearly 2 weeks ago now, I simply saw that as a temporary thing, fully expecting it to go away. When a few days later it didn't, and what accompanied it was a set of really vicious headaches that just got worse over a 5-day window. And I realised after 5 days I'd been taking painkillers consistently, which clearly isn't a solution. I reached out to see if I could get to see my doctor. Now, to be fair, the practice is a very busy one. This is a busy village, and therefore they sent me to 111, which is great, and they triaged me into the acute assessment unit, or acute treatment unit, which is next to A&E in a hospital called Addenbrooke's. Unfortunately, despite being triaged and seen by a doctor, I had presented with the headaches, and that particular doctor, in his innocence, took those headaches as a standalone symptom and essentially let me go with muscle relaxants, believing that I was experiencing fairly horrible tension headaches. And that meant that I left. Now, the following day I was travelling to Spain in order to look after my 92-year-old mum, which I did anyway. Only on the journey over I began to spot that I really wasn't feeling well, and by the following day I now had to pay out of pocket for an international doctor to come and see me, wherein he didn't take 10 seconds to diagnose me with shingles. So the fact that I had a very red eye, a phenomenal neuralgic pain up the back of my head, and essentially by then the red patch had now developed into shingles spots. In case you've never come across it, it's adults chickenpox. And I really went down like a dying fly. And it was pretty tough. It has been pretty tough. I'm still recovering. And in case you're intrigued and want to look even closer, you can see, as you do, that this same left eye is still shot. So I now have to take 6 lots of eye drops 4 times a day or so. They're struggling to get the virus out of my eye. And it will continue. The antiviral tablets I have to take are the size of horse tablets, or that's what I think. 5 times a day currently, and I'll still have to take them twice a day for the next 3 months. Now, could I have prevented this? I don't know. Could I have listened to my body, though, approximately 10 days ago when I really started going downhill? I would say yes. So just because we don't like negativity in general as execs, and just because we imagine ourselves infallible and super capable, I'm here as a little gentle warning. I would not do that. Don't ignore something in the hope that it will just go away. If you can tell that you're feeling different than you normally do, pay attention. And I hope very much that you don't experience what I've been through. But it hasn't been all that horrendous. It's just letting you know that at the end of the day, if I could have done something about this, I should have done. Okay, everyone, take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.